morning, everybody. Welcome to Lesson D Travel Blogs. Today we're going to focus on reading Travel Blogs page 18. สวัสดีค่ะนักศึกษาวันนี้เราจะเรียน Listen D Travel Blogs โดยอ่าน blogs ในหน้า 18 และตอบคำถาม Part A และ B โดยอาจารย์เจสันจะเป็นคนสอนทั้งหมดนะคะแต่ก่อนที่จะไปเรียนกับอาจารย์เจสันเรามาเรียนคำศัพท์ที่สำคัญสำหรับบทนี้กันเลยค่ะ So before you're gonna start learn and read with อาจารย์ Jason let me introduce you some vocabulary first. Okay, everyone. For the vocabulary, I would like to teach you about the adverbs of attitude. The first word is fortunately. It means happening because of good luck. For example, fortunately, we got to the shop just before it shut. The next word is unfortunately. It's used to say that something is sad or disappointing. For example, unfortunately, I can't travel at this time. And the third word is amazingly. It means extremely surprising or extremely good. For example, amazingly, this thick book took only 1 day to write. คำศัพท์ทั้ง3คำนี้เราเรียกว่า adverbs of attitude เป็นคำที่ผู้พูดหรือผู้เขียนใช้เพื่อแสดงความรู้สึกของตนเองต่อเหตุการณ์นั้นๆค่ะอย่างเช่นคำแรก fortunately ถ้าแปลเป็นไทยง่ายๆจะแปลว่าโชคดีจังยกตัวอย่างเช่นประโยคแรกจะแปลว่าโชคดีจังพวกเราไปถึงร้านก่อนที่ร้านจะปิดในเมื่อ fortunately แปลว่าโชคดีจังแล้วคำที่สอง unfortunately คำนี้จะแปลว่าอะไรคะอ่าถูกต้องแล้วค่ะนั่นก็แปลว่าโชคร้ายหรือแย่จังหรือน่าเสียดายจังเป็นคำที่มีความหมายตรงข้ามกับคำแรกค่ะยกตัวอย่างเช่นประโยคแรก Unfortunately I can't travel at this time น่าเสียดายจังฉันไม่สามารถไปเที่ยวได้ในขณะนี้ใช่ไหมคะโควิด -19 ระบาดไปเที่ยวไหนก็ไม่ได้เลยแล้วก็คำสุดท้ายคำที่3 amazingly amazingly ถ้าแปลเป็นไทยง่ายๆจะแปลว่าน่าทึ่งน่าอัศจรรย์น่าแปลกใจน่าประหลาดใจยกตัวอย่างประโยคแรกค่ะน่าทึ่งมากหนังสือนั้นหนาเล่มนี้ใช้เวลาแค่วันเดียวในการเขียนเห็นไหมคะถ้าคำ3คำเป็น adverbs of attitude แบบนี้นะคะส่วนใหญ่จะวางไว้หน้าประโยคทั้งนั้นเลยค่ะเอาละค่ะมาที่คำสุดท้ายกันบ้างนั่นก็คือคำว่า miss ค่ะ so the last word is miss for example I miss you and unfortunately we missed carnival in Rio miss สองคำนี้มีความหมายที่แตกต่างกันค่ะ miss has different meanings คำแรกคำว่า miss ตัวแรก I miss you อาจารย์คิดว่านักเรียนรู้อยู่แล้วล่ะเนาะว่ามันแปลว่าคิดถึงแต่กับประโยคที่สองเนี่ย miss ตัวนี้ไม่ได้แปลว่าคิดถึงค่ะ it doesn't mean you think about someone so in here miss mean fail to do something fail to do something ดังนั้นประโยคข้างบนนี้ก็จะแปลว่าแย่จังพวกเราพลาดงานคาร์นิวัลในริโอพวกเราพลาดงานคาร์นิวัลในริโอเห็นไหมคะในภาษาอังกฤษคำหนึ่งคำมีหลายความหมายและที่จริงคำว่า miss ก็มีความหมายที่เยอะมากกว่านี้อีกค่ะขึ้นอยู่กับว่าผู้พูดต้องการสื่ออะไรแล้วนักเรียนสามารถหาตัวอย่างทั้ง2ตัวอย่างนี้ได้จากบล็อกในหน้า18ที่หนูกำลังจะอ่านอยู่นะคะเอาล่ะและนี่ก็คือคำศัพท์ทั้งหมดที่อาจารย์สอนมาทวนกันนิดนึงนะคะคำแรก fortunately unfortunately amazingly miss okay so now let's go to อาจารย์ Jason
Lesson D Travel blogs. There's a lot to it. There's going to be some reading and such. But let's start by just looking at the photographs. Try and get a context, a sense of what are you going to be reading about, right? When you look at the picture, so what do we got? We've got the first one. Okay, do you see it's March to Guatemala? There's a picture of a bird and a picture of a bay or maybe a lake, right? Maybe it's a mountain lake. Anyway, so what kind of trip is that? What are those? Those are pictures of what? Would you say, I might say nature, right? You've got wild animals like the bird. You've got a natural place, it looks like. I don't see any humans in these pictures. It looks quite wild. Okay, so that's the Guatemala trip. Now look at Chloe's travels, March 2 in Brazil, right? Now what's going on in Brazil there? Lots of human stuff, right? How different is this trip? Well, it looks like it's also outdoors. They're both outdoorsy, but in this case, you're looking at, let's see, what do we call that? Parasailing, I believe. You're being pulled behind a boat, and you have a sort of parachute, I guess we would say, being lifted off the water, right? So what kind of trip would you call that? In contrast to the other one, which is more about experiencing nature, this one is more about adventure, right? Some sort of adventurous travel. So, and more human, more cultural. What do people like to do? I mean, we like to look at nature, but some people like adventure travel. So, back to the question. Go back up top. The question is, which trip would you like to take? Think about your answer. How would you say? Why? Maybe think about why would you like it? So, some of you might say, for the first picture, or the first trip to Guatemala, you might say, well, I love the beauty of nature. So, and I'd like to see some natural places I've never been to before. So for me, the Guatemala trip might be the perfect trip, right? It includes nature, beautiful places, being outdoors. Now, looking at the Brazil trip, what do you think there? What do you got going on there? Well, you might say that trip is more my style. Why? You might say, well, I love doing activities outdoors. Things that involve going fast, flying, maybe risky or exciting things, right? Some people might say watching birds, oh, takes so long, maybe I won't see any birds. The other trip, wow, you're pretty guaranteed you're going to have some excitement and adventure. So think about for you, how would you say, which kind of trip fits you best? Okay, so good luck. Okay, now let's take a good look at the two readings. We'll still keep it general. Notice we see a website, right? These are both blogs, right? So www.myblog Guatemala blah blah blah, right? And the other one is Chloe's travel in Brazil. So you see we have two blogs that we're going to read. One in Guatemala, one in Brazil. And notice that they wrote about their experience, and down below there's a space for people to write comments. Maybe that's a friend, right? A friend might comment on your blog and say what they thought. That's a nice thing to do, to show you not only did you just go thumbs up, but you actually read it and gave your response, okay? So, now as you read these two, the key question we want you to look for is which blogger had the worst problems. That's the gist. What's the main idea in both of these? Did they have a lot of problems or a few problems? One really big problem? Several small problems? And then make your own judgment. In your opinion, which blogger had the worst problems, okay? So take a moment to try and find that information, and then we'll go over it. So read these carefully, figure out which blogger had the worst problems, and then after that, we're going to answer the following sentences as true or false, right? And let's go over these two. As you are reading to figure out who had the worst experience, also think about part B here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. First question's about Guatemala. The second set, or questions 4, 5, 6 about Brazil. And in these cases, you want to look for this information. Look at each question or each sentence, decide based on what you read, is it true or false. Good luck. Okay, now we've reached the true and false questions, right, that are about the two readings. Questions 1, 2, and 3 are about this first reading. You can see we're talking about Guatemala and Jake. Okay, so the first question, well, first of all, you should have read through and marked your answers to all 6. If you haven't done that yet, please pause and fill in the blanks. You will learn nothing if you just copy true and false from me, okay? Please take a chance at 1 through 6. Obviously, there's no consequence if you get it wrong, and that's how we learn. We try, we make a mistake, and then we learn from our mistakes, hopefully, right? Okay, so now that you've got 1 through 6 filled out, let's go over number 1. Okay, what is number 1? Guatemala is exactly what Jake expected, right? Guatemala, the country where he's visiting. Hold on a sec, let me see if I can bring up the pointer. Yes, okay. We'll do a pen of sorts. Now, we know the country we're visiting is Guatemala, right? And it is exactly what Jake expected, right? That's what they propose. That's what you're supposed to answer, true or false. What did you get, right? So I could show you the answer. False. Do you agree? If not, why not? Well, let's see where it says that, okay? No. Where is it? Okay. It's right in the first sentence. It says, when we... Oops. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that, but never mind. You've already got it filled in. It says, when we... So Jake and whoever else he traveled with, when we arrived in Guatemala 2 weeks ago, we did not know what to expect. So, how could it be exactly what Jake expected when they did not know what to expect? Not knowing means they had no idea. Maybe they hadn't done much research or looked at many pictures. They didn't know what to expect, what kind of trip to expect. Maybe the trip had been recommended and they're like, let's go to Guatemala. Who knows what's there? Okay, so false. Number 2, as you already saw, the weather has been bad for his entire trip. Is that correct? Let's take a look. Well, we already know that it's false, and we're talking about the weather, right? So, let's get this back on. Oh, I see. So, the weather has been bad, right? So he's writing now, and it has been bad for the entire trip. So since he got there, up to now, the whole time in this blog that he's writing about has been bad. Is that right? Well, let's see. When does he talk about the weather? I don't see much in the first paragraph. I'm skimming as we go here. Said he had a great time. It's amazing. When does he talk about weather? Well, the first time you'll see it is rain, right? Rain is a type of weather that we get some pretty hard rains in Thailand. Anyways, it rained really hard one night. They talk about their tent. And then when else do they talk about the weather? Fortunately, meaning to their good luck, the weather's gotten better. So for one night it rained really hard. After that, the weather got better. So, based on that, when it says weather has been bad for the entire trip, the key word is entire, not the whole trip. One day it rained, yes, that might have been a bad day when it rained really hard. They might say that was not good weather. But since it says the weather's gotten better, it changed, it hasn't been bad for the entire trip, thus false. Lastly, 3, he had problems with his tent. Problems with the tent one night. That one's a little tricky. What did you get? Hopefully you got false. Now, why would that be? Let's see if I can get this pen. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Back that up. I thought I had the pointer right. I still don't have it. Okay, so let's check this out. Did he have problems with the tent? Well, where did they talk about the tent? When you skim through quickly, tent, where did they talk about the tent? So, one night, so they said we hiked around a lake one night when it rained, right? We were already looking at that. Everything outside the tent got soaked. So everything outside got soaked. What about inside the tent? At least the tent didn't leak. It did not leak. And of course, when you're camping or tenting, that's the last thing you want is a big rainstorm with a lot of rain or water getting inside the tent. So it didn't leak. So thus, did he have problems with his tent one night? You might say he had problems with the weather, but not a problem with the tent. He said the tent did not leak. Thus, that's false. Okay? So hopefully you understand that one. Okay? And if you have further questions, you can always ask your teacher during your live chat. Good luck, and we'll cover the next one on the next audio. Okay, now that you had a chance to go, we went over the Guatemala trip. Let's move on to the Brazil trip with Chloe. And the big clue, of course, this is called Chloe's Travels. So, question 4, true or false? Chloe enjoyed Carnival. Is that true or false? So, I know you already looked that up. Let's go over that. And it's really important, the Carnival. We're going to look for that in the text, right? So, she enjoyed, had fun at Carnival. True or false? What did you get? Okay. Back to my pointer. A pen. It said false. Why is that? Well, they arrived in Brazil last Sunday. I can't believe it. We got stuck on our way here. No clues yet. Unfortunately, we missed Carnival in Rio. They missed it. They were late. They did not see it. Not at all. They missed the entire Carnival. So how could she enjoy Carnival? That's past. She enjoyed Carnival, right? If she missed it. And it does say, I've always wanted to see it, but they didn't get there. We just couldn't get there in time, or get here in time. She's still there. So, you understand why that's false? They missed it, so how could they enjoy it? Yes, it's something she's wanted to do. She still hasn't done it. Cannot say she enjoyed it. Now, number 5, right? She and her friends have finished sightseeing, right? So keyword sightseeing, and they have finished it. She and her friends, the people traveling together. Well, let's see. She says what? I haven't lost many photos. We've gone surfing. We went parasailing. Oh, here's our keyword, sightseeing. It does say we've done a lot. So they've already done a lot up till now, right? But the question is, have they finished? Now it says we haven't taken the cable car up Sugarloaf Mountain. We will probably do that tomorrow. So, if they're saying we will probably do it tomorrow, that means she and her friends have not finished sightseeing. That means they're still going to see more sights tomorrow. Okay? So that's why that one would be false. Last one. Okay? What did you get? She would like to spend more time in Brazil. Well, where does she talk about that? She talked about meeting nice people, some food they ate, and then the last sentence is key here. She would like to spend more time in Brazil. Or she had enough. I can't wait to go home. Or I don't plan to come back. What does she say? I could happily spend another month here. She would be happy to spend another month. So that's quite different than saying she would, that is saying she would like to spend more time in Brazil? Definitely. Because she said, I could happily spend another month here. She doesn't feel homesick per se, or at least she's saying she would be glad or happy to spend more time in Brazil. So hopefully you got this last one is true. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, again, ask your instructor during live talk.